Right. So today we're going to take a deep dive into something I think we can all relate to. Stress.
Yeah,
I mean, who hasn't felt like they're in a pressure cooker sometimes? You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And today we've got a super interesting set of questions about how stress really works
Right.
in the brain.
Yeah.
And we're going to go way beyond just defining stress.
Mm-hmm.
We really want to explore the impacts,
Okay.
the good, the bad, and the brain-bending stuff.
The brain bending stuff. I like that.
You might be surprised to learn that stress isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions about stress.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that it's something that we should just avoid at all costs.
Right, like run away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But actually, there's a lot of research showing that stress in small doses
Okay.
can actually be beneficial for us.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the first question in this set really threw me off.
Okay.
It was, can stress actually be good for you?
Right.
Like, is this a trick question?
Yeah.
Who enjoys feeling stressed?
Exactly. But you know what if I told you that stress in small doses
Okay.
can actually sharpen your focus and boost your memory?
Yeah.
Think of it this way. You're facing a challenge. Your brain releases adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones are like your body's natural performance enhancers, right?
Okay.
They make you quicker, more alert, and laser focused.
So it's kind of like a superpower.
Yeah, kind of like a superpower.
I'm like envisioning myself dodging lasers and like lifting cars and stuff.
Maybe not quite that dramatic, but yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's that fight or flight response our ancestors relied on
Right.
to survive, and it can still be useful today in certain situations.
That makes sense. But what about when those short bursts
Mm-hmm.
turn into like a constant barrage of stress?
Right.
Like I know when I'm super stressed, I can't remember where I put my keys,
Exactly.
let alone like deliver a good presentation at work.
Yeah, and that's where things start to get a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Because chronic stress, the kind that just doesn't go away,
Mm-hmm.
can actually shrink the hippocampus.
What's the hippocampus?
The hippocampus is a part of your brain that's responsible for forming new memories.
Oh, wow.
So it's like stress is literally chipping away at your brain power.
Stress can actually change the structure of my brain.
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of terrifying.
It is. It's a serious issue, and it also affects the prefrontal cortex.
I've heard of that. I don't really know what it does, though.
The prefrontal cortex is like the CEO of your brain.
Oh.
It's responsible for decision-making, planning, and emotional regulation.
Oh, wow.
So not only are you more forgetful under chronic stress,
Right.
you might also find it harder to think clearly,
Mhm.
make sound judgments,
Yeah,
or
yes.
even keep your emotions in check.
So basically, chronic stress just turns my brain into like a disorganized mess.
Well, it's not quite that simple, but yeah, you're getting the picture.
Okay.
And it's especially concerning when you think about the impact of chronic stress on children.
Oh, absolutely.
Because their brains are still developing,
Right.
it makes them even more vulnerable to these negative effects.
Yeah.
Imagine like a sapling
Okay.
that's constantly being battered by strong winds, right?
Sure.
It's not going to grow up to be a very strong tree.
Right. It's going to be kind of warped and fragile.
Exactly.
That's a powerful image.
Yeah, and it makes you realize that stress isn't just a personal problem.
Right.
It really has ripple effects that can impact the people around us.
Especially kids.
Exactly, especially children.
Yeah.
And, speaking of ripple effects, we can't ignore the wider social and economic impacts
Okay.
of widespread stress. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Workplaces grappling with burnout and decreased productivity.
Oh, yeah?
Healthcare systems overloaded with stress-related illnesses like anxiety and depression.
Right.
The cost of all this is immense.
Wow, I never really thought about it on that scale before.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like this invisible force that impacts every aspect of our society.
Totally.
But the good news is, we're not powerless against this stress beast.
Okay, good.
There are proven strategies for managing stress and building resilience.
Okay, so spill the beans. What's the antidote?
Okay, so there's no magic bullet,
Okay.
but practices like mindfulness and meditation have been shown to have really profound effects on the brain.
Really?
Yeah, they can actually help to reverse some of the damage caused by chronic stress
Wow.
by reducing cortisol levels and promoting a sense of calm.
So it's kind of like hitting the reset button on your brain,
Exactly.
giving it a chance to recover and rebuild.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
Cool. What else can we do?
Exercise is a fantastic stress reliever.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects,
Mhm.
and it can also help to improve sleep quality, which is often disrupted by stress.
Yeah.
spending time in nature, connecting with loved ones,
Right.
engaging in hobbies that you enjoy, all these things can contribute to building a more resilient you.
So it sounds like it's all about finding what works for you
That's
and incorporating these stress-busting habits into your daily routine.
Yeah.
It's not about, like, getting rid of stress completely.
Right.
It's about managing it so it doesn't control your life.
Exactly.
I think I've learned a lot today.
Me too.
It's amazing how something as seemingly simple as stress
Yeah.
can have such a profound impact on our brains and our lives.
It really is fascinating.
Makes you think, how do you perceive stress?
Right.
Is it an enemy to be conquered or a force that can be harnessed for good?
That's a great question.
I think that's something worth thinking about as we continue to navigate the complexities of modern life.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us,
It was a pleasure being here.
and we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
Bye, everyone.